Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
New York Times Business. October 19. 7:17 America New York, the S.E.C. weighs in on meme stock mania. What a long-awaited report on trading in GameStop and other internet favorites says, and doesn't say, about online-fueled stock trading booms. Nothing to see here?
Forex Live. October 19. 7:08 America New York. Evergrande deal to sell stake in property services units said to be put on hold. Reuters report. Citing sources with knowledge of the matter a few weeks back, Evergrande were involved in a deal to sell a 51% stake in its property services unit to Hobson Development Holdings as part of a restructuring plan to avoid a potential default in the firm.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 7:06 America New York, P&G to raise prices on more staples as supply problems hit. Procter & Gamble said the cost of materials and freight jumped more than expected, cutting into profit, though it maintained its outlooks for the year.
Forex Live. October 19. 7:03 America New York, ECB's Vasle. There are early signs that wage pressures could become material. Remarks by ECB policymaker Bastian Vasle. It looks like someone didn't quite get the message on the whole transitory inflation narrative. But as long as majority, if not most, policymakers continue to play it down, don't expect the market to take much cues from the remarks above.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 19. 7:03 America New York, Apple now all in on in-house chips. The last of the company's Intel-powered laptops gets an upgrade to Apple's M1 chip family following a projected record year for Mac sales. Wall Street Journal Markets. October 19. 7:03 America New York, Procter & Gamble, Netflix, Robinhood, Occidental. What to watch when the stock market opens today. Robinhood's shares inched higher pre-market. Rising crude prices were lifting stocks of producers.
Forex Live. October 19. 7 o'clock America New York, U.S. futures keep higher ahead of North American trading. Risk stays in a better spot to start the week. Dip buyers stepped in yesterday to secure a modest advance after some sluggish tones, and the more optimistic mood is continuing so far today with S&P 500 futures less than 1% away from its all-time highs currently.
Daily FX Market News. October 19. 7 o'clock America New York, Canadian dollar forecast, USD, CAD sell-off continues, retail traders increase short bets. USD, CAD slides lower on US dollar weakness, while retail traders increase their USD, CAD short bets.
Naked Capitalism. October 19. 6:52 America New York, officials double down on let her rip strategy, placing undue faith in vaccines as regions with high vaccination suffer infection spikes. Public health officials are again placing too much faith in vaccines as they end key international travel restrictions. Naked Capitalism. October 19. 6:51 America New York, things are getting messy in Draghi's Italy. 16% of the country's officially employed workforce just lost their jobs, temporarily for the moment. And as one would expect, they're not happy.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 19. 6:36 America New York, household brands count the rising cost of trains, planes and automobiles. No matter the mode of transport, moving goods from A to B has become more expensive, but the quirks of consumer companies' supply chains mean they won't all be equally hit.
Global Economy. October 19. 6:31 America New York, the charts that show global supply chain disruptions are at historic highs. Delays are now affecting every industry and economy to varying degrees.
Forex Live. October 19. 6:23 America New York, dollar slumps further in European trading. Dollar falls to the lows for the day. USD JPY is sitting slightly lower around 114.00 to 10 as it has throughout the session, but the rest of the major currencies bloc have pulled higher against the two currencies.
Global Economy. October 19. 6:09 America New York, Turkish Business Association calls for central bank independence. Rare and thinly veiled critique of Erdogan's economic policies comes as inflation rises and lira hits new lows.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 19. 6:03 America New York, day traders are driving uranium price higher. Enthusiasm from individual traders is reshaping the market for nuclear fuel that generates a tenth of the world's electricity and sending uranium-linked stocks higher.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 6:01 America New York, Bad Bets, Episode 2. The second episode of WSJ's new podcast explores how Jeffrey Skilling's rise set the stage for Enron's fall. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 6 o'clock America New York, investor-backed group aims to analyze 10,000 companies' climate plans. BlackRock is supporting the Transition Pathway Initiative, a research group aiming to help investors make sense of data on companies' climate performance.
Forex Live. October 19. 5:50 America New York, ECB's REN. Core inflation clearly the important parameter for monetary policy. Further remarks by REN. The headline is a fair point, but even core CPI has jumped up to close to 2% in the latest. Sure. Some of the factors driving the surge may be perceived to be temporary, but again, what exactly is the definition of transitory here?
Daily FX Market News. October 19. 5:38 America New York, Euro Forecast, EUR, USD Recovery, EUR, GBP Reversal Risk. Euro eyes psychological barrier as USD slides. Risk to chasing EUR, GBP lower from current levels.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 5:33 America New York, satellite sweep for world's biggest polluters. Governments are turning to the technology to expose hidden sources of greenhouse gas emissions and monitor compliance with global pacts, as well as to point fingers at each other. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 5:30 America New York, app deal highlights a push to lure workers back into offices. Real estate data firm VTS has agreed to buy Toronto-based Lane Technologies, an office app developer. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 5:30 America New York, Klobuchar, CEOs of Snap, Instacart headline second day. The Wall Street Journal's Hybrid Tech Live conference continues for a second day with top executives and regulators set to discuss privacy, big tech regulation and changes in the entertainment industry. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 19. 5:30 America New York, some auditors made insufficient assessments of companies' revenue and loan losses, PCAOB says. The U.S. audit watchdog inspected 153 audit firms, down 13% from a year earlier.